Hello, everyone. Welcome to Who's Woke Today. If you like what you see here, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, turn on the notification bell so that you will never miss an episode. Now, let's see who's woke today. We will be watching a clip from Candace Owens debating a panel. All right, let's see how she does.
Well, I would say the first thing is that it's important to identify what our agenda actually is. And I think that the most important thing for people in this room to understand is that there is a very small window. Right now, the black vote is the most important vote in the country. There's a very small window before our vote's not going to matter. These conferences won't matter.
She's
and
absolutely
us
right.
sitting here won't matter. Because illegal immigration, if you're looking at the numbers, every new birth in this country, 60% of all new births are Hispanic Americans, and the Democrats are about. Listen. You're saying. Let me get to the point. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it.
Let's pause the video for a second. See, why do people not even let you speak? She's explaining facts, right? She's explaining. She hasn't even gotten to her point yet. She hasn't even been able to complete a sentence, and these people are just not even letting her finish, which, I mean, is to be expected, right? Civil conversation is dying in this country. You're not allowed to disagree with anyone anymore. If you disagree with anyone, then you are the bad guy. You can't sit down and have a conversation and say, hey, tell me why you're upset. Tell me why you disagree. Oh, this is why you disagree? Okay, well, let's talk about it. Here's your facts. Here's my facts. These days it's, well, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. And I understand, feelings, they matter, right? Feelings do matter, but, facts also matter. And it seems like we care too much about feelings these days. We need to understand that we can't base everything off of feelings. Let's continue.
I say illegal is the new black because it's true, and there's a reason why they're advocating for open borders. Right now, our vote means a lot, but new births of black Americans have stagnated. The population growth within black America has stagnated. So the things that I pay attention to are the numbers. I pay attention to the birth rates in this country, which is why I'm pro putting something down to stop illegal immigration. The second thing that I think is really important, and you may have heard me testify in front of Congress, is the illiteracy rates that are facing black America. 75% of black boys in California can't pass a reading exam. Across Baltimore, they looked at 5 schools. They couldn't find a single black boy that was a single black child that could pass a basic reading or a math exam. So I caught a lot of slack because I said this is the Democrat plantation, but I meant what I said. If you look historically at what the plantations were when we were slaves, there were 3 things that were necessary for them to run. The first was our ignorance. Black Americans were not allowed to learn how to read unless we would have our limbs chopped off. And that was because an educated mind cannot be enslaved. So the fact that our schools are in this condition in the inner cities and all throughout America and not a single candidate is talking about it.
I'm sorry, I just had to pause the video again. I have definitely left the Democratic plantation. I'm tired of people telling me how to be black or what it means to be black. I have detached myself from calling myself, Democratic or Republican. All right, continue the video.
Is problematic to me. I think that that's a huge negotiating tool for me. We need to be talking about the inner city schools. Another component, and this is the biggest issue that I think is facing black America today, which was important to maintaining the plantations, was the breakdown of family. The biggest issue facing black America is father absence. We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community. What happens when you remove a father from the home? This is why I do not mess with feminism at all. I'm not with it. This breakdown and mocking masculinity, making it seem like there's something wrong to be a man, all of this contributes to the breakdown of family. When you remove...
Y'all, hey,
Wow.
hold on.
Uh-oh.
So, hold on, brother, hold on. There's going to be an opportunity for each of you to engage. But I want to make sure this sister has the right to talk while she's here. That's why we invited her. So let her say what she needs to say, and then let's keep it moving. Come on, y'all.
The single motherhood rate in the 1960s in black America, and they thought that...
Oh, Candace is
upset.
Hold on. I want to finish this.
This is on your behalf. At a certain point,
Killer Mike, what you
we
got?
can't be assholes.
at a certain point, these are black men and women, and in particular, these are black women. Like on some real G
Killer
shit.
Mike just straight
it
up
doesn't
took the mic
matter
and said,
how
"Look,
you feel about her
I
personally.
got you."
Everything she has just said, Louis Farrakhan said for the last 25 fucking years. So,
Damn. 25 fucking years. You heard Killer Mike, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't stutter.
No, and I don't know if she's a fan of Farrakhan. I know me and Tamika are. Bam.
Bam.
But
Bam.
you cannot take the truth and be mad at who tells it to you. So just chill, bruh. Shut the fuck up. Let her say it and receive the information. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, people aren't able to do what Killer Mike just said. They aren't able to receive the truth and receive even criticism. It's easier to hate someone else than it is to hate yourself. Candace Owens is just giving facts, and people are upset about facts. She hasn't gone after anyone in the crowd, and Killer Mike had to let them know, like, yo, just take the information, receive it. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research, right? Do your research. If you don't agree with it, sure, right? Not agreeing with the fact is one thing, right? Or if someone states a fact and it makes you upset, I get it, right? It's understandable. It may make you upset, right? It's a fact, and it goes against what you believe, right? And I find myself a lot of times getting into these conversations with people. People just get angry. I say, no, racism isn't holding back black people in America. They say, what are you talking about? Oh, you're just a white supremacist. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're too young. Come on. I'm old enough to do my own research. I'm old enough to have an opinion. It doesn't make any sense. How could I ever move forward if I always have this idea in my head that someone's out to get me, or that there's just this evil force that will never let me get ahead? How are we supposed to encourage other people, or how are we supposed to encourage ourselves? Let's continue the video.
I apologize. I digress.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you so much for
Listen.
saying what
I want
say.
you to continue because I was listening.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
I mean, I've been turned into public enemy number one. I say the same thing when I hit every stage. The single motherhood rate in the black community in the 1960s, before Lyndon Baines Johnson started the Great Society Act, was 23%. At that time, that was considered very high. 23% of black people growing up without a father in the home. The single motherhood rate in the black community today is 74%. 74% of our children are growing up without a father in the home. It was Barack Obama, who I don't even really have anything for, who told you what happens when you remove a father from the home. You're 9 times more likely to end up in prison. You're 6 times more likely to drop out of high school.
I'm not gonna lie. I voted for Obama because he was black. Didn't know anything about politics. Didn't know anything about the policies he was enforcing. I voted for him because he's black. That's the only reason. I admit it. I voted for Barack Obama just because he was black. Did you? Back to the video.
And you're 12 times more likely to lead a life of poverty. Why is nobody talking about father absence, and why do we keep being silenced when we actually do? This is what black conservatism is, by the way. It's really not. It's not that controversial.
It's really not.
So Tip, I'm gonna let you come in a second, but I want to make sure I get Katrina in here, and then we're gonna open this up a little bit, because at some point I hear all of this, but the issue is we still got to elect people, and we still got to create power from the local level, state, and national. And so there's a plan that has to be at play for us to be able to deal with some of this stuff. So Katrina, I want to hear from you, as you've been engaged in this current administration. What is it about this administration that makes you so confident that it has the ability to deliver what a black community that this president is often in opposition to can't?
Well, I think that's a great question. It leads to what I said was the biggest gap in the black community, and that is this vacuum of leadership. When I first met President Trump, and I had heard him years before he actually ran for office talk about some things that I felt were really important to me as a black mother, not just as an American or as a voter. But what he has done since he's been elected is he's proven himself. He has given more money to HBCUs. He just
Really?
eliminated $300 million of debt from hurricane relief from HBCUs, just gave them another $100 billion more, on top of what no one wants to talk about, like those at MSNBC and CNN, are opportunity zones. There are 9,000 opportunity zones that was established by the Trump administration, including probably 24 counties right here in Atlanta, in this state, in Fulton County, where he has put up hundreds of billions of dollars of investment into black communities. Not just impoverished communities, but black communities. And to me, you put your money where your mouth is. This president has done that. So what you should do, all the young people in the room, we've heard we don't have a voice. We hear disenfranchisement. Well, guess what? Who has been in charge of these communities for the last 4 to 5 decades?
Democrats.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. No, wait, because I'm loving where we're going. I'm loving where we're going.
Shit. Oh shit. I don't know if y'all just heard this, but she basically just told y'all to get out. Get out of the black plantation. The people that are leading these inner cities, the people that are leading the what you call ghettos, are Democrats. Find a ghetto in your neighborhood. Find a ghetto in your city or state. Figure out who's running the community. They Democrat, they Republican. Just do some research.
And I love the fact that, to me, promise zones sound a whole lot like empowerment zones from the Clintons. And neither party delivered on making sure that legitimate development took place in our communities. And so I'm interested, Tip, in you coming in, especially on this economic piece.
Sure.
Okay.
How do we begin to really
T.I.,
deal
what
with
you got?
that? Because the federal government creating zones has
you got,
normally
T.I.?
been the
I'm
places
sure
where
it's something
gentrification starts
profound.
first.
Okay, that was my point. I had a question for both of you young ladies, and you and Candace, we spoke many times, and you're a brilliant young lady. But my question to you is, how is it that you can support yourself? I mean, that you can support and align with a constituency that will not denounce white supremacy? So that means your son or daughter,
everything always goes to white supremacy.
or any of your brothers or any of your family members, if they are caught out there by a policeman who is in a covert, undercover white supremacist and get gunned down,
we just assume that everyone's a white
this
supremacist.
constituency will have absolutely nothing to say about it.
Please let
So
me
how
answer
can
this
you
question.
support that?
Please
That's
let me
what I
answer
don't
this
understand.
question.
And we can't. And although what you're saying is absolutely.
Anytime a black person dies at the hands of a white officer, it seems like the first thing we go to is white supremacy or racism. The officer was automatically racist, even if it was an accident, right? The officer is automatically racist if they kill a black person, right? It seems that no one wants to have the conversation about black on black crime. Why is that? Why was there no Black Lives Matter movement for black on black crime? Black people are killing other black people more than anyone else in this country. So tell me, are black people racist? Are black people racist against themselves? What is it, right? What's the answer to that? Listen here, T.I. is clearly woke. This is the issue that I have with black liberals. As soon as you disagree with one of their beliefs of why something isn't racist, you're now called Uncle Tom. I can't even think about how many times I've been called an Uncle Tom. Whatever. Please wake up. Do your own research. Find some hardcore facts. And don't just shout racism because everyone else is doing it. I know it's easy to do that, right? It's very easy to see the media. It's very easy to believe what the media tells you. It's very easy to believe what everyone else around you is saying. You live in the greatest country in the entire world. This country is called America, by the way, if you didn't know. There is nothing holding you back except for you. If you want to succeed, the first step is believing in yourself. Who's woke today? Not me. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, if you like what you see here, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that you will never miss an episode. Camera cuts.